Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with another FGO video reaction. I'll be reacting to Fate Grand Order Rediscover movie Lostbelt number 5 Atlantis, English subbed. The video that I'll be reacting to, subbed by Rise Stash, will be, the link to it will be given in the description box if you want to check the original video out. And yeah, let us begin the reaction. Obviously Atlantis is the Lost Belt, which I think has the best character driven storytelling. The character development and all that is top. I think, in my opinion, it's the best. It was fully character driven, and each and every character got their time to shine, and it was done beautifully. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. So let us begin. Just like always, I'll react to it and then I'll give my opinions. So let's start. So yeah, rediscover movie Lostbelt number 5 Atlantis. Here we go.
第4の異文体を抜けて私たちカルデアはいよいよクリプターを率いるリーダーキリシタリア・ボーダイムに立ち向かうべく第5
We still didn't know, even at this moment, we didn't know what type of a person Kristaria was.
アトランティス勢力の襲撃をかろうじて逃れた私たちはコルデーさん
Yep,
クマさん
Charlotte Gordon. Non-beer Orion さん
と合流します。そこで聞かされたのはこの異文体は古代のオリュンポスの神々が生き残っている世界だということ。さらにその神々はアトランティス中央のビッグホールの先にある青函都市山脈オリュンポスに存在するということでした。そんな中私たちカルデアは防衛軍指揮官オデュッセウスとビッグホールの内部に潜むポセイド、空より降り注ぐ神罰のアルテミスの突破に向けて動き出します。オリオンさんの宝具を強化してアルテミスを撃ち落とすために神の遺産テオスクリロノミアの収集を進める私たちは道中で
マンディカルド、our bro, obviously Jason,
アキレウスさん、パリスさんと合流し、神聖アルゴノーツとして旅を続けていきます。千代目さんは決死の作戦でエキドラを完成させ、コルデーさんはオデュッセウスの暗殺を成功させます。そしてアキレウスさんは自分の霊気と引き換えにヘクトールさんを召喚、マンドリカルトさんはアルテミスの手法をそらすべく命を燃やし、
and in the end Orion was the one.
その身を矢へと変化させ、オリオンさんによる渾身の意志でアルテミスを撃ち落とすことに成功しました。私たちはいよいよビッグホールへと到達します。内部に潜むポセイドンを打ち倒したカルデアはいよいよビッグホールの向こう側青函都市山脈オリュンポスへと到達するのでした。
A day to bring down gods. All right, that's it. So that was rediscover movie Lostbelt number 5 Atlantis. And like I said, this is my absolute favorite out of all the Lostbelts because of its story and its character driven story. It is like, this is the difference. I feel like there's a lot of really good stories. I'm not only talking about FGO, I'm talking about anime and storytelling in general. Like stories, there's a lot of great stories. I'm pretty sure like a lot of people can say that, oh, like, yeah, this story is really good, that story is really good, but it's quite rare to have a story which is actually character driven. And like, I don't know what to say, like, it's like the character development and the characters are the one who carries the story. Usually it's like only one or two characters, like the main character, maybe the main villain, they're the ones who moves the story, and there's the other supporting characters who support the main characters in their in their goal. But here I feel like each and every character was a main character in their own way. Like every character, everyone had a role to play, and like when we got to see them shine, it felt as if they were the protagonist of that scene. And that is like, I don't know how they are, like they were able to do it really beautifully in Atlantis. Like, it's so amazing that, like, you can say that I feel like in Atlantis the main character, if you can probably say the main character was Orion, maybe Mandicardo. But even when they were not on the scene, when the other characters were the ones who were doing their thing, for example Charlotte Corday, the whole assassination of Odysseus, that scene was for her. And Like the one character that shined in that scene was her. That was a scene solely for her. So that's rare in a story, you know, like in any type of story, that even the side characters or the supporting characters, they shine. They like, supporting characters are called supporting characters for a reason. They support the main character. But I feel like everyone was a protagonist in this story, and it's done and crafted beautifully. Like, not only Charlotte Corday, Jason had her scene, Mandicardo had his scene, Orion had his scene, who else? Paris had his scene, and like Kyle's, Chiome, Bartholomew, and so yeah, like, so it's really good, and that's why I rank it even higher than Olympus in the storytelling or the character-driven storytelling department. So yeah, this is my absolute favorite, like, you know, Lostbelt, and I feel like the reason why this became such a huge factor for me, and I would probably never forget the story in Lostbelt 5 Atlantis, is because I never expected it. Like, there's another thing I feel like that contributes heavily to how a story affects or impacts a certain person who's reading it. Like, if someone hypes a story up quite a bit, you have this type of an expectation, you know, and if that expectation is surpassed, it's all well and good. If not, people get heavily disappointed with the story. That's why it's not okay. I wouldn't say it's not okay, but it's not usually wise to overhype something and be like, oh, this is amazing, and like, you know, like, so the expectation goes this high. I don't know why, but for Atlantis, I never really heard much about Atlantis. I think I've heard a lot of good things about Olympus. I never heard anything about Atlantis at all. So when I started this, I really did not know what to expect. I was like, and the characters as well. Like, you know, Charlotte Corday, I knew nothing about Charlotte Corday, and I was like, when Charlotte Corday, I saw her spirit origin and everything. You know, the final spirit origin, the third ascension, I think she has this scene where she's like with a knife, and there's like blood on her, like, you know, dress, and then the final ascension, we see her in the prison. Like, I thought, like, is she like a character like Yohime or something, like completely crazy? Like, that's the vibe it gave me. In the third ascension gave me a vibe about, like, I was like, oh my god, she's probably one of those crazy servants who go full on yandere or something. But after, like, you know, reading this story, I now know why is that like, you know, like that scene, and what type of a character Charlotte Corday is. So every character, you know, Jason, I had no expectations of Jason at all, but obviously everyone was like, oh, Jason's going to redeem himself, and I was like, all right, let's see it. But, you know, he well, like, you know, surpassed my expectations. Mandicardo, I knew nothing about him. I got introduced to Mandicardo, and I was like, oh, okay, he's a cool, nice guy. And then in the end, he does his thing, and I'm like, wow, like, you know, like, every character blew me away. And since I knew nothing about all of these characters, the impact was huge. And I think that's probably something that contributes so much, and the reason why I love this, like, you know, Lostbelt so much, because, like, I really knew nothing about the characters, and I had no expectations of them, but then they produced something phenomenal, and I will probably never forget about this, like, you know, Lostbelt ever, especially the individual story of each and every character. So there you go. So that's the thing. So in that way, I feel like Atlantis shines way more than Olympus. Like, Olympus, you know, when you hear Olympus in itself, you're like, oh my god. And then I already knew that, yeah, like, you know, like, probably, like, you know, some Olympus, like, you know, the gods are going to come, probably Zeus and everything. I had those expectations. I also knew that this would probably be the final battle against Wodan, and, you know, all these things, I had an expectation, and we saw how it was, like, you know, executed. I also kind of knew that Musashi is going to come, because Musashi gave a little sneak peek, you know, before in Atlantis. She was like, oh, like, you know, I'll be waiting there. And we also kind of got to see the doctor, you know, that whole scene and all that stuff. So all these things, we had an expectation. So Olympus, I had expectations, and it was met, and I was like, oh wow, this is an amazing story. But Atlantis, I did not know what to expect. And they produced such an amazing story with so many characters, each character being their own protagonist of their scene. And yeah, that impacted that impacted, like, my experience a lot. And yeah, I was blown away. So there you go. So that's it. So an amazing, like, like Lost Belt, like Lost Belt number 5, Atlantis. And yeah, so there you go. That is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to the rediscover movie Lost Belt number 5, Atlantis. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and how you, like, like if you have anything to talk about Atlantis and all that, how you liked it. And if you want anything to tell me, let me know in the comments. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. And obviously I'm guessing Olympus will also be subbed very soon, the rediscover movie. So yeah, when that comes out, I'll also going to react to it. So yeah, see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.